don't believe in my discussions with the public defender's office, this is something that they're opposing. The house arrest at the uncle's address on Ingalls, so it'd be a GPS tether with house arrest. Commander Shipakasi from the jail has been or is currently in communication with the deputy chief at Ann Arbor Police and coordinating with the uncle to have Ann Arbor Police go through the residence prior to the defendant being tethered there to ensure there are no weapons in that home. And I believe that we would allow the defendant has medical appointments at CMH and a doctor. We can figure out those details, but we would allow for release to verified medical appointments from the Ingalls Road address.
Right.
That's correct, Your Honor. We'll figure out the details and present an order to the court.
Well, you'll figure out the details of the appointments.
We have the appointments in the address. 2 at CMH and 1 with a Dr. Connolly, whose office is at 3300 Washington Avenue right now.
But are those regular appointments? So they're going to occur at a particular time or what?
Through today, for the next week, we know of these appointments. But once he's seen, we don't know when he will be seen again or scheduled again. They're intake assessments.
Thank you.
And my understanding.
That's right. What did you hear?
I'll go sit down.
What? Oh, no, you're fine. I'm just saying. I knew somebody knew something more than most.
Of course. Usually in my experience, if we allow for them to, there can be an aspect where the defendant is communicating with community corrections.
Correct.
If this particular doctor, I know appointments change and things like that. We don't need to have an order reflecting every single appointment. But the people we would have no problem provided they are verified with the defendant seeking the treatment at CMH and with his doctor.
All right. So just so that I'm clear, the request for the increase in bond, the monetary amount is withdrawn.
They're no longer making that request.
The request for exclusion zones is not needed only because he'll be under house arrest.
Right.
All right. And then what did I say the other one was? All right. So really the second one is just a modification of GPS tether to a house arrest.
House arrest, correct.
All right.
And Brandon Casey from Community Corrections was already sending me messages that they're aware of this address and
they're aware of the Ingalls address.
Correct.
All right.
Your Honor, we've also spoken to the owner of the 110 North Ingalls address, and he has consented to the police search of his home for weapons.
All right. And that's a single.
It's an apartment. It's an apartment.
It's an apartment. Council approach.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Good afternoon.
Timothy Procco, P59214, appearing on behalf of the plaintiff for attorney of record Butchert.
Right. Roderick Casey, it's usually his mother that shows.
Neither one of them checked in today.
Neither one of them checked in. What are we doing on this case then?
Your Honor, we're ready to proceed to request a judgment. This is a non-payment of rent case.
All right. Raise your right hand to be sworn. Do you solemnly swear or affirm testimony you're about to give will be the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do, Your Honor.
Go ahead.
Current rent to retain, Your Honor, is $11,243.59. Costs of $170 for a total redemptive amount of $11,413.59. Requesting a writ to issue after Monday, March 9, 2026. Partial payment would not prevent issuance of the writ.
I think you mean February 9th.
February 9th. Thank you.
Judgment to the plaintiff that by default for possession, redemption amount, in the amount requested, writ to issue in 10 days.
Thank you.
Blue Heron Point versus Crystal McKinsey.
Again, Timothy Procco for the plaintiff.
Yes, she is. Your name? All right, what is plaintiff's claim in this case?
Your Honor, this is also a non-payment of rent case. Current rent to retain is $6,885.90. Cost of $170 for a total redemptive amount of $7,055.90.
Ma'am, how are you intending on getting that paid?
So I paid the $1,750, the last court date we had. And I was gonna pay a payment of $1,000 today. If they can give me more time, I would like it, but at this point, the late fees and the month to month that they promised to take off after I pay is more than the rent, so I didn't get it.
How much is the month to month?
They're charging me $350 for month to month and $150 twice a month every time I'm late, so $100.
$150 late fee?
Yes.
$300 late fee?
Yes, sir, $150 after the third and $150 after the eighth.
Whoa.
So if I was,
Just hold on.
okay,
I'm showing a late fee, Your Honor. There's a late fee of $75 on the 5th. Another late fee of $75 on the 10th.
So it's late fee is just $150 a month, or is it $300?
so if we could, if I wish I could have brought my ledger because they went $150 on me. It was at 1.75, but they did move it to $150.
So it looks like the total monthly late fee, Your Honor, is $150. There is a $300 month to month fee that was applied. That is correct. Each month, there's a $300 month to month holdover fee that's applied to the full ledger.
May I speak?
Yes.
And that's because in September, I had a balance, even though my rent was paid. With the late fees, it's considered a balance, so I'm not allowed to sign my lease every time it's a bit of a balance. So this is why this is accumulating like this. I can pay this by March the 1st, but if it's gonna just accumulate, I'd rather cut my losses and move on.
You're sure that you got charged $150 for late fees?
I'm sure. It's just been so frustrating because not even only that, I had a zero balance back in November. And then they made.
This is where the hearing gets especially interesting. She says she previously had a zero balance, then claims an additional $1,000 was mistakenly added. If that's accurate, the issue isn't simply whether rent is owed. It's whether the ledger accurately reflects what happened. And the judge clearly wants to see the paperwork before making a decision.
A mistake and counted me for $1,000. So when I looked up again, I had a balance that I thought was clear. So then comes the late fees and no, you can't sign the lease. And it's.
But did you not have a balance?
They made a mistake. No, I paid my rent. What I thought was all of it, what was on the thing. But they made a mistake after I came to court and said that I paid $4,000 when I only paid $3,000. And then so by them putting that balance on after the court date, that it just started a snowball effect. So I can definitely pay.
Hold on a second. You were here on a court case.
Correct. Not this past
No, I
2 weeks
gotcha.
ago.
But
Correct. This was maybe back in November when I was late. 1 month.
Was there a judgment issued for a certain amount?
Yes, sir.
And you paid that amount?
Yes, sir.
And then they tack more on?
Yes.
Oh, that's gonna be a problem.
And then I have all my emails asking them about this, but I can never talk with anyone. And another.
Well.
Yeah, and another
right,
reason why I can't take it on the day that I say I'm gonna take it, they're not always in that office where I live at. They run 3 properties. So okay.
Sometimes when you're ahead, it's better to be quiet.
Yeah.
All right. I'll adjourn this out to February 13th, 2026 at 3 p.m. bring all of your, I want your ledgers, your payment, I want everything that I can, so I can take a look at it. Going back to that,
No,
do you think that one case was, the judgment was November?
oh, I know it was.
Hang on a second, do we see a case? Was it filed in November or October? You don't know, that's okay. Do we see one? You do?
Yeah.
Does it show that there's there was a judgment on that? There was a judgment?
No, the consent judgment.
There was a consent judgment entered.
Correct.
And what she's claiming is that they then added money after that.
Correct.
Pull that file, bring it in with it. We'll deal with this on the 13th. How's that?
Yes,
You have a great weekend.
thank you.
That's called the case of Harvard Cove versus Joan Davies.
Timothy Paracco appearing on behalf of the plaintiff.
What began as another non-payment case suddenly took a sharp turn. Late fees stacked up. Month-to-month charges spiraled, and then the judge stepped in. One question changed everything. Was money added after a judgment? Now the courtroom slows down. Ledgers are demanded. Proof is required. Because when numbers don't add up, the court won't rush to judgment. This is the moment where pressure shifts, and accountability applies to everyone.
Hello. What's your name?
I'm Joan Davies.
Where are we on this case?
This is a non-payment of rent case as well. Total rent to retain is $3,143.80, cost of $170 for a total redemptive amount of $3,318.80.
Okay.
Go
My
ahead.
turn? Okay, thank you. Okay, so I did get behind. There was a lot of reasons. I lost my job. I have some disabilities that I did not tell my employer about, and they affected me on the jobs. I missed work, so I lost it. That was back in November, actually. So I wasn't able to get caught back up. I had been in contact with Hawk. I had my interview with them yesterday.
Yesterday?
And I did bring you all the paperwork.
Yes, I do.
Okay, good. I've also been in touch with the Housing Bureau for Seniors, MDDHS, and then I'm also seeking assistance for seniors in Washington County. There is really quite a few resources that are out there. So I will be able, with Hawk's approval, I will be able to make up that difference because I know it's 3,000. And to keep this ever from happening again, I'm turning in my car to the bank, which will eliminate the high car insurance, right? My son and daughter-in-law are going to help me get a car, and then I'm going to go back to work. And that'll prevent this from ever happening again. So that's.
All right, so you're really looking for time to make sure we get answers on everything.
I don't have my second
I got it.
appointment with Hawk yet.
And this is the second hearing. She turned in the form. She's entitled to another hearing. I'll adjourn this out February 13th, 2026.
Okay, great. Thank you, Your Honor. Pardon me?
3 p.m. on the 13th.
On the 13th. Okay, great.
Okay, and hopefully we'll have an answer
Yeah,
to
yeah.
some of this.
I
Thank you, ma'am. Harbor Cove versus Stephen Saxon.
Paracco for the plaintiff.
Hello, sir.
Good afternoon, Judge.
Good afternoon. What is plaintiff claim?
Your Honor, claiming rent to retain is $2,989.80. Cost of $170 for a total redemptive amount of $3,159.80.
All right, you were going to contact Housing Bureau for Seniors.
Yep, I'm working with her. I got the paperwork for that. I don't know if you received it or not.
Okay.
Her name's Madden Litton with the seniors Bureau for U of M Health Department. And I filed for assistance from Friends and Indeed. So I'm waiting to hear back from that. She's also, Madeline is also gonna, and myself's gonna see if we can work a payment plan for some of the payment I owe with the council there.
Okay, so did you go through Hawk at all?
Yeah, I did, but if you make more than $12.50, you're not eligible. So my job, I get paid more. So that was a
Okay,
quick,
but
call.
you got, okay, gotcha. Okay, so, but you don't have answers from Friend Indeeds and.
Yeah,
Housing Bureau.
I'm sorry. I turned in the paperwork last week. I'm just waiting to hear something from them.
Second hearing, I'll give you a shot to, let's see what happens.
I appreciate it.
February 13th, 2026, 3 p.m.
Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Have a
You're
good weekend. Thank you.
And that brings this courtroom session to a close. The judge didn't simply dismiss the problem. He gave the defendants a chance to bring forward documentation, seek assistance, and return with answers. But the clock is now ticking. When they come back to court, the paperwork will have to speak for itself. So what do you think happens next? Will the assistance come through? Or will these cases return with even bigger problems?